อเจริญพรท่านสาธุชนทั้งหลายวันนี้
ขยับเข้ามาหน่อย
เราได้นำเอาคลาสบุติสติคลาสจากวัดพุทธปัญญามาที่ Building of Pomona Village ที่ Pomona Village ตรงนี้เป็นตึกที่รวมเอาไว้ซึ่งกิจกรรมหลายอย่างเช่น Job Center เช่น Adult Education Center Luke University แล้วก็มี Lab for Social Media Study Computer Lab so many service of the Pomona Village it is village and Indian Hill so this is a beautiful arrangement of building for multiple purpose of service here and around here we have the space of seats that everybody can come and sit and drink coffee and have some snack and talk and discuss and today after we have morning walking and then we come and sit here and invite that Ra-Income Thamma Sarano to come to read the book here and the book I assign him to read is Happiness. The first chapter deals with about conscious of breathing. We emphasize on the breathing in, breathing out. And I try to collect on books that talk about breathing in and breathing out for happiness. Because if we can find out happiness and breathing in and breathing out, it is very cheap way for happiness. Everybody who listen about the way of happiness can find happiness very easy on the top of your nose. So when Ra-Income got ordination and has been a monk, I try and find out some style of ordination about breathing in, breathing out, enjoyment, contentment, for happiness to give him in English. I know and understand in Thai, but I have no proper language and fit language to communicate to him well. And then on this book, express my feeling in English. And if he can get the feeling and cultivate in his heart, I think when it's growing and growing, and the result can give him happiness in every step. So right now, welcome to Conscious Breathing, read by Ra-Income Arthur Thamma Sarano in about a little bit slowly American English to let every people, many people can understand. Right.
In our daily life, we breathe, but we forget that we're breathing. The foundation of all mindfulness practice is to bring to our attention our in-breath and out-breath. This is called mindfulness of breathing, or conscious breathing. It's very simple, but the effect can be very great. In our daily life, although our body is in one place, our mind is often in another. Paying attention to our in-breath and out-breath, bringing our mind back to our body, and suddenly we are there, fully present in the here and now. Conscious breathing is like drinking a glass of cold water. As we breathe in, we really feel the air filling our lungs. We don't need to control our breath. We feel the breath as it actually is. It may be long or short, deep or shallow. In the light of our awareness, it will naturally become slower and deeper. Conscious breathing is the key to uniting body and mind and bringing the energy of mindfulness into each moment of our life. Regardless of our internal weather, our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions, our breathing is always like a faithful friend. Whenever we feel carried away, sunk in deep emotion, or caught in thoughts about the past or the future, we can return to our breathing to collect and anchor our mind. Practice. While you breathe in and out, feel the flow of the air coming in and going out of your nose. At first, your breathing may not be relaxed, but after practicing conscious breathing for a while, you will feel how light and natural, how calm and peaceful your breathing has become. Anytime you're walking, gardening, typing, or doing anything at all, you can return to this peaceful source of life. You can say to yourself, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. After a few breaths, you may want to shorten this to in, out. If you follow your in-breath and out-breath all the way through, your mind is no longer thinking. Now your mind has a chance to rest. In our daily life, we think too much. Giving our mind a chance to stop thinking is wonderful. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in, isn't a thought. It's simple awareness that something is happening, that you're breathing in and out. When you breathe in and bring your attention to your in-breath, you bring your mind back to reunion with your body. Just one in-breath can help the mind come back to the body. When body and mind come together, you can be truly in the present moment. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in, is another way of saying, breathing in, I feel alive. Life is in you, and life is around you. Life with all its wonders, the sunshine, the blue sky, the autumn leaves. It's very important to go home to the present moment, to get in touch with the healing, refreshing, and nourishing elements of life inside and around you. A light smile can relax all the muscles of your face. Breathing in, I recognize the blue sky. Breathing out, I smile to the blue sky. Breathing in, I am aware of the beautiful autumn leaves. Breathing out, I smile to the beautiful autumn leaves. You can shorten this to blue sky on the in-breath and smiling on the out-breath. Then autumn leaves on the in-breath and smiling on the out-breath. When you practice breathing like this, it puts you in touch with all the wonders in life. The beauty of life is nourishing you. You are free from your worries and fears. You get in touch with your breath and with your body. Your body is a wonder. Your eyes are a wonder. You need to only open your eyes to be able to touch the paradise of forms and colors that's available. Your ears are a wonder. Thanks to your ears, you can hear all kinds of sounds, music, bird song, and wind blowing through the pine trees. When you pay attention to your in-breath and out-breath, you bring yourself home to the present moment, to the here and now, and you are in touch with life. If you were to continue to be lost in the past or run to the future, you would miss all that. Breathing in, I follow my in-breath all the way through. Breathing out, I follow my out-breath all the way through. In the beginning, you may notice that your breathing may feel labored or awkward. Your breath is a result of your body and feelings. If your body has tension or pain, if your feelings are painful, then your breath is affected. Bring your attention to your breath and breathe mindfully. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I smile to my in-breath. Breathing out, I smile to my out-breath. Never force your breath. If your in-breath is short, if your in-breath is short, let it be short. If it's not very peaceful, let it be like that. We don't intervene, force, or work on our breath. We just become aware of it, and after some time, the quality of our breathing will improve naturally. Mindfulness of breathing identifies and embraces our in-breath and out-breath, like a mother going home to her child and embracing her child tenderly in her arms. You will be surprised to see that after 1 or 2 minutes, the quality of your breathing will improve. Your in-breath will be deeper, your out-breath will become slower. Your breathing will become more peaceful and harmonious. Breathing in, I notice that my in-breath has become deeper. Breathing out, I notice that my out-breath has become slower. When you notice that your in-breath and out-breath have become more peaceful and deeper and slower, you can offer that peace, calm, and harmony to your body. In your daily life, you may neglect and ignore your body. Now is your chance to come home to your body, recognize its existence, get reacquainted, and make friends with it. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I release all the tension in my body. These breathing exercises come from the Buddha himself. They're very easy, like child's play. If it's helpful, put your hand on your belly. You notice when you breathe in, your stomach is rising. And when you breathe out, your stomach is falling. Rising, falling. Especially in the lying position, it's easy to feel your abdomen risk rising and falling. You're aware of your in-breath and out-breath from the beginning to end. Breathing like this is enjoyable. You aren't thinking anymore of the past or the future, or your projects, or your suffering. Breathing has become a pleasure, a reminder of life itself. Breathing in, I enjoy my in-breath. Breathing out, I enjoy my out-breath. Later on, after you've been able to offer the peace and harmony to your body, helping it to release the tension, then you can identify your feelings and emotions. Breathing in, I'm aware of the painful feeling in me. Breathing out, I smile to the painful feeling in me. There's a painful feeling, but there's also mindfulness. Mindfulness is like a mother, embracing the feeling tenderly. Mindfulness is always mindfulness of something. When you breathe mindfully, that is the mindfulness of breathing. When you walk mindfully, that is the mindfulness of walking. When you drink mindfully, that is mindfulness of drinking. When you're mindful of your feelings, that's mindfulness of feeling. Mindfulness can be brought to intervene in every physical and mental event, bringing recognition and relief. I'd like to offer you a practice poem you can recite from time to time while breathing and smiling. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath goes slow. My out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Dwelling in the present moment. I know this is a wonderful moment. You can shorten this to the words below. One word or phrase per breath. In, out. Deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release. Present moment, wonderful moment. The present moment is the only moment that is real. Your most important task is to be here and now and enjoy the present moment.
Okay, we close the book and open the mind. Okay, and you become and remind what you read, what you understand from this easily, directly. Okay, say something.
It's telling us that often, when we're not at home with ourselves, we often think about things that are not in the present moment. Our future, our family, our friends, things that are not present with us at this moment. So what he's trying to tell us is that we have to come back to ourselves. We have to breathe in, breathe out. Notice our breathing, because that is the only moment that matters to us at this moment. Let go of your feelings of insecurity, anxiety, of what may happen in the future that has not come to pass, because as of right now, this moment is a wonderful moment. So you should breathe in, breathe out. Notice how you're feeling. If you're feeling any anxiety, just notice it and let it pass. Breathe in, breathe out. If your breathing is shaky, if it's too then notice it. Don't force it. Because after a moment, then it will become slower. It will become more peaceful. So just breathe in, breathe out.
Very good. And then you can practice in daily life. As he introduced that we have breathing in and breathing out every day, but we forget it. Yes. Then he tries to wake us to remind what we are doing in daily life. And I heard so many keywords like awareness, mindfulness about that. And then I appreciate one word that when you are breathing in, you know I am breathing in, right? When you are breathing out, you know I am breathing out. How we say to ourselves, breathing in, I am aware that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am aware that I am breathing out. I love continuous tense, aware that I am breathing in. Is continuous tense, is continuous tense, present moment, in present moment, it going to, is going on. And then he let us know about the different feeling during breathing in and breathing out, like calmness. Calmness, the calm can replace stressness and anxiety. So some asks that how can we use meditation to get rid of stressness or anxiety? So just start practice can help you release for the stressness or anxiety, because when you start to be aware of your breathing in and breathing out, your mind ignore about stressness, ignore about anxiety, and your mind change the point to pin. Instead of you let your mind pin on stressness and anxiety, but right now you move your mind from the critical situation, from stressness situation, or from suffering situation, to be the new location, breathing in and breathing out. So, by this way, breathing in and breathing out can help you reduce or release stressness and anxiety. So, we use the word calm. Breathing in, I am aware. I am breathing in, calm. Breathing out, I am aware that I am breathing out, calm. And sometimes when you read straight, and then you change thinking, and you can reside in your mind by this way. And why do you feel always straight? Because you chanting or you recite more, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, or suffer. And then you change the tone of reciting from stress to relax. Breathe in, I am am aware that I am breathing in, relax. Breathe out. I am aware that I am breathing out, relax. This is the way of practice to replace stressness, anxiety by calmness or relax, or sometimes release. When it can release, we come back to breathing in. I am aware that I am breathing in, release. Breathing out. I am aware that I am breathing out, release. So once I notice that we can have the power in practice, conscious breathing in and breathing out, by we start realize breathing in and breathing out. This is the first part. Realize breathing in, realize breathing out. This is first part. And when I breathe in and breathe out, we relax. Realize breathing in, relax. Realize breathing out, relax. This is the second part. And breathe in, relieve. And breathe out, relieve. This is the third part. And the last part, if your mind become monkey mind, or wandering mind, to here, to university, to your mom, to your dad, to your home, to your temple, you use the fourth R, recollect. Think about that mind and recall in fact this statement used back for the whole being body, recall the mind back home. When the mind is back home, in the time of unity of body and mind. As we review that, what's in present moment? Present moment is the moment that body and mind is united. Present moment. The third moment, present moment. Present moment where the mind comes back to the body is at home. You stay in home. And sometimes you traveling around the universe and then back home, back to the body. And what is present moment? Present moment is the moment that the body and mind is unified. And when it is here, when now. The mind is here. So many times they say here and now. The mind is here and when now. This is a present moment. So he always mentioned present moment is very wonderful. Present moment, wonderful. Wonderful moment. Or important moment. Because the moment that we can enjoy quickly can enjoy eating. We can enjoy breathing in and breathing out. We can enjoy even sleeping, just present moment. And we talk about how what sleeping is gone. You never enjoy about it. What will be sleeping tomorrow, you never enjoy. And if you sleeping now, that's okay, the real thing. So present moment indicates the reality. If in the future you go to university, there's some discussion. What's reality? You say that reality is here and now. That's reality. Otherwise, it becomes illusion. It has passed, it has gone. What the reality of sandwich when we are going to check? And after that now, there are no sandwich at all. No egg, no bacon. They're passing away. And tomorrow it go far from our body and never back home again. So we discuss about moment. How Ajahn Narong, after hearing our discussion and being calm, what would you like to participate about the present moment and this statement or reading?
It's very wonderful words, Ajahn, and I feel very, very deep meaning, very meaningful, that come from compassionate mind and loving kindness, and very good meditation. So the meaning, the word, very, very, very soft. I feel that very meaningful. And always like that. When I heard Master Thich talking or try to explain. Yes.
Okay, we go on sitting meditation.
Okay.
Is it very important because we have 3 times a day sitting meditation, and then we have 3 meals a day. If the people at home, then in Wat Buddha Panya we have 3 meals of spiritual food, 3 spiritual meals at a time. So we would grow more and more in one night. You will never fed only body, but just spiritual growth. That means happiness. So read slowly. Sitting meditation, you read, you pick, you get, you realize. After finish reading, you give lecture again.
Sitting meditation. Sitting meditation is a way for us to return home and give full attention and care to ourselves. Every time we sit down, whether it is in our living room, at the foot of a tree, or a cushion, we can radiate tranquility like the Buddha sitting on an altar. We bring our full attention to what is within and around us. We let our mind become spacious and our heart soft and kind. With just a few moments of sitting in this way, we can restore ourselves fully. When we sit down peacefully, breathing and smiling with awareness, we have sovereignty over ourselves. Sitting meditation is very healing. We can just be with whatever is within us, whether it is pain, anger, irritation, joy, love, or peace. We are with us, we are with whatever is there without being carried away. We let it come, let it stay, and let it go. We have no need to push, to oppress, or to pretend our thoughts are not there. Instead, we can observe thoughts and images in our mind with an accepting and loving eye. Despite the storms that arise in us, we are still calm, we're still in calm. Sitting and breathing may produce our true presence in the here and now, offering it to our community and to the world. This is the purpose of sitting, being here, fully alive and fully present. Practice. Sitting meditation should be a joy. Sitting in such a way that you feel happy and relaxed for an entire length of the sitting. Sitting is not hard labor. It's an opportunity to enjoy your own presence, the presence of your family or fellow practitioners, the earth, the sky, and the cosmos. There's no effort. If you sit on a cushion, be sure it's the right thing to support you. You can sit in the full or half lotus position, a simple cross-leg position, or however you feel most comfortable. Keep your back straight and your hands folded gently in your lap. If you sit in a chair, be sure your feet are flat on the floor or on a cushion. If your leg or feet fall asleep or you get hurt during the sitting, just adjust your position mindfully. You can maintain your concentration by following your breathing, slowly and attentively changing your posture. Allow all the muscles in your body to relax. Don't fight or struggle. There are people who, after 15 minutes of sitting meditation, feel pain all over their body because they're making an effort to sit or striving to succeed in their sitting meditation. Just allow yourself to be relaxed, as if you were sitting by the ocean. While sitting, begin by following your in-breath and out-breath. Whenever a feeling comes up, recognize it. Whenever a thought arises, identify it and recognize it. You can learn a lot from observing what's going on in your body and mind during the sitting meditation. Most of all, sitting is a chance for you to do nothing. You have nothing at all to do. Just enjoy sitting and breathing in and out. Breathing in, I know I'm alive. Breathing out, I smile to life in me and around me. Being alive is a miracle. Just sitting there, enjoying your in-breath and out-breath is already happiness. Since you're breathing in and out, you know that you're alive. There's something that's something worth celebrating. So sitting meditation is a way to celebrate life with your in and your out breath. It's important to allow your body to relax completely. Don't try to become a Buddha. Just enjoy sitting and accept yourself as you are. Even if there's some tension in your body, some pain in your heart, accept yourself like that. With the energy and mindfulness of breathing, you embrace your body and mind. You allow yourself to be in a relaxed position and enjoy your breathing. Breathing in, I have arrived. Breathing out, I feel at home. You don't need to run anymore. Your true home is here and now. You are solid and free. You can smile, relaxing all the muscles in your face. We need some training to be successful in our sitting. We're so used to always doing something with our mind and our body that sitting down and doing nothing can be difficult at first. When Nelson Mandela came to France to visit the French president, Frank Boy Mitterrand, the press asked Mr. Mandela what he would like to do the most. He said, "What I want to do the most is just sit down and do nothing. Since my release from prison, I've been so busy with no time to sit or breathe. So what I want the most is just to sit down and do nothing, and not do anything." So we gave Nelson Mandela a few days to sit and do nothing. Would he know how to do it? Because sitting and doing nothing doesn't seem to be very easy for most of us. We're used to always doing something. We need some training to be able to sit and enjoy the sitting, to do nothing and enjoy the doing nothing. Each of us has the habit and energy of always having to do something. If we're not doing something, or we can't stand it. So just sitting down and doing nothing is an art. The art of sitting meditation. If you're having trouble concentrating, counting is an excellent technique. Breathing in, count 1. Breathing out, count 1. Breathing in, count 2. Breathing out, count 2. Continue to 10 and then start counting over again. If at any time you forget where you are, begin again with 1. The method of counting helps us refrain from dwelling on troublesome thoughts. Instead, we concentrate on our breathing and the number. We have developed some control over our drinking. Counting may become tedious, and we abandon it and just follow the breath. If you approach meditation as a fight to rise somewhere, and you try hard to achieve success, you won't be able to relax. Look out the window. Perhaps there's a linden tree or an oak tree out there. The tree is beautiful and healthy, being entirely itself. It doesn't seem that the tree is making any effort at all. It allows itself to be fresh, green, stable. Perhaps the tree is on a mountain. The mountain is strong and solid, supporting all kinds of life without strain or effort. When you practice sitting meditation, you are stable and solid like a mountain. You can practice like this. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I enjoy my solidity. To succeed in your sitting, release the tension in your body and in your feelings. Get comfortable in your seated body. When you begin to breathe in and out, enjoy the breathing in, the breathing out. Give up any struggle and enjoy the sitting and smiling. This is a privileged moment, having the opportunity to sit quietly like this. You are on your own island. Nobody at this moment can ask you to do anything. Nobody will disturb you. No one has the right to ask you a question or to ask you to go and wash the pots or clean them out. This is your precious opportunity to relax and be yourself.
Okay, I know once you told me you left metaphor. What did you find about metaphor around here after you read things slowly? Mountain, right?
The mountain,
What's in the simile of mountain? And you refer about
saying that the tree seems stable and solid, but it isn't trying to force anything. It isn't trying to be another tree. It just is.
it is and it is.
Yes. It isn't trying to force it. It just is a tree.
It's
solid.
It's compared to the meditative mind.
Yes.
Solid means strong as a tree.
Yes.
Tree don't like to be as a river, but tree and tree.
It's just entirely a tree. It doesn't think itself as a tree. It doesn't try to be another tree. It just is a tree.
Can you compare to the Dhamma in the life? Yeah, in the life.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother. That you are you. You are not your dad, your mom, or me, or Dr. Narong, or you are not Ajahn Narin. You are you, right? Three in three.
I am myself and now as a person. I am this.
You are Jehovah, right? Jehovah means I am who I am. Okay. One more have you heard about it, Dr. Narong? Meditation according to this statement. One word you can pick from here. Or you get nothing. Like a Nelson Mandela.
I heard that
Ajahn
name.
Narong sit like a Nelson Mandela. Sit for nothing.
Sit. I heard that name.
Sit to do nothing. So can we have conclusion? What is sitting meditation? Sitting meditation for doing nothing.
Yes. To sit and do nothing, to think nothing at all, just be in the present moment. You cease all thoughts, you cease all activities that you're planning to do with your family, with your friends, maybe with yourself even. You're just here and now.
Do nothing. Think nothing.
And that's the hardest thing to do.
Do
But
nothing.
not
Okay,
doesn't work
okay, you
either.
said do nothing is hard thing to do. You go and write, okay? Do nothing is hard thing to do. Great, great word. And then I love some word line he said about awareness, right? And smiling, he always use when you meditation, you don't forget smiling. You don't get like, no, from now. Smiling, breathing, smiling, breathe out, smiling. I saw the great one, Yong
Yong Kung.
If you saw her,
Yeah,
meditate,
she taught me like that also.
yes, she smiled like it.
When we want to breathing out,
Smiling. Just laughing, prepare for laughing. Enjoyment, right? And some word, metaphor, when you meditate, you sit among the ocean of joy. He referred to mountain. It's metaphor. So meditation can have so many metaphors. That means you stay warm, you touch present movement here and now, the reality, the enjoyment, relax, and arrive, right? They have some word, I am arrive, right?
Breathing in, I have arrived.
Yeah.
Breathing in, breathing out, I feel at home.
Okay, feel at home. That's in body. That means that they emphasize on the traveling mind. Traveling mind. As you say, it is nothing. It is hard to do nothing like that. Because it always traveling and difficult to call mind back home. So mind arrive home, right? Arrive the body. And then another word I love that. Breathe in, I am alive, right? Breathe out, I am alive. So we can help those who get more sick or ill. Sometimes your mind is restless, and then if you see the people lie down on the bed in the heart or get heart sick or illness, okay, breathe in, I am alive. Breathe out, I am alive. Because those of them get more suffer because they think I'm going to die. I'm going to die. So we must change the style of thinking. Breathe in, I am alive. Breathe out, I am alive. Very beautiful way of meditation. And you have some more good word. Special word about it. Breathing. Yeah,
Special word.
like it. This one. No more, okay. We got everything
No.
from that.
Yeah. Sitting meditation is very healing.
Healing.
We can just be with whatever is within us, whether it is pain, anger, irritation, joy, love, or peace. We are with whatever is there without being carried away. We let it come, we let it stay, then we let it go. There we have,
Yes, beautiful.
we have no
There's
need
a
to
calm, right?
Yeah.
Calm, and then let it go.
Yeah. We let it stay, then let it go. We have no need to push, to impress, or to pretend our thoughts are not there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Meditation lets us calm and let go, let the thing go. And healing, important of spiritual healing, and sometimes physical healing. I got the experience when I was in Amaravati 2002 in England. That day I got straight or headache too much. Then we start meditation. I try to be relaxed, but I try to watch the pain point. The pain point, is cover on that, And after we get to be settled and gentle and subtle and gentle, and then it start to heal like this. No pain and heal. It's about 1 hour in hand already without medicine, just meditate. And I found that we should have enough relax. And so many times I talk about relief, relaxation, relax, relief, relief. Relief like a pill, right? For the relief, it can help. Then it let go. Meditation can see the mind and let go something coming, and then we see that let go. It's coming and saying why, we let go. Okay, what's the next one? Walking meditation. Okay, we let Ajahn pick one word or one sentence. Okay, don't sit for nothing. Okay.
Don't do nothing.
Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Do something. Do remember. Okay.
Walking meditation. The mind can go in 1,000 directions, but on this beautiful path, I walk in peace. With each step, a gentle wind blows. With each step, a flower blooms. We walk all the time, but usually it's more like running.
A flower bloom, right? We
Yeah.
can walk and then a flower bloom. Is it metaphor?
Yes.
Okay, so start to see what metaphor. Read slowly.
We walk all the time, but usually it's more like running. Our hurried steps bring anxiety and sorrow on the earth. If we can take one step in peace, we can take 2, 3, 4, and then 5 steps for the peace and happiness of humankind and earth and the earth. Walking meditation is walking just to enjoy walking. Walking without arriving, that is the technique. There is a Sanskrit word, apranita. It means wishlessness or aimlessness. The idea is that we do not put anything ahead of ourselves and run after it. When we practice walking meditations, we walk in the spirit. We just enjoy the walking with no particular aim or destination. Our walking is not a means to an end. We walk for the sake of walking. Our mind tends to dart from one thing to another, like a monkey swinging from branch to branch without stopping to rest. Thoughts have millions of pathways, and they forever pull us along into the world of forgetfulness. If we can transform our walking path into a field for meditation, our feet will take every step in full awareness. Our breathing will be in harmony with our steps, and our mind will naturally be at ease. Every step we take,
There's important technique. Read in associate with step, right? Okay, the second. The next one.
our breathing will be in harmony with our steps, and our mind will naturally be at ease. Every step we take will reinforce our peace and joy and cause a stream of calm energy to flow through us. Then we can say, with each step, a gentle wind blows. You can practice walking meditation anytime you walk, even if it's only from the car to the office or from the kitchen to the living room. When you walk anywhere, allow enough time to practice. Instead of 3 minutes, give yourself 8 or 10. I always leave the airport an extra hour early so I can practice walking meditation here. Friends want to keep me until the last minute, but I resist. I tell them I need the time. Walking meditation is like eating. With each step, we nourish our body and our spirit. When we walk with anxiety and sorrow, it's a kind of junk food. The food of walking meditation should be of a higher kind.
Is it metaphor again?
Yes.
Repeat again with the metaphor.
When we walk with anxiety and sorrow, it's a kind of junk food. The fruit of walking meditation should be of higher quality. Just walk slowly and enjoy a banquet of peace.
Okay. It's like a food, right? Okay.
A.J. Musto said, "There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Walking in mindfulness brings us peace and joy that makes our life real. Why rush? Our final destination."
Walking with mindfulness, right? Bring peace and joy. Two things. Joy just means you feel happy every step, and peace every step. Okay.
Walking in mindfulness brings us peace and joy and makes our life real. Why rush? Our final destination will only be the cemetery. Why not walk in the direction of life, enjoying peace in every moment with every step? There is no need to struggle. Enjoy every step you make. Every step brings you home to the here and the now. This is your
Okay. Every step bring you home to the body, to the here and now, right? Repeat again.
Why not walk in the direction of life, enjoying peace in every moment with every step? There is no need to struggle. Enjoy every step you make. Every step brings you home to the here and now.
Okay. Every step bring you home here and now. So no need to reach some goal, because every step is home. Every step reach the goal. No need to wait for the goal. Because what's the goal? The goal is here and now. You reach all the time. Okay, go.
This is your true home, because only in this moment, in this place, can life be possible. We have already arrived. The earth is our mother. When we are away from Mother Nature for too long, we get sick. Each step we take in walking meditation allows us to touch our mother so that we can be well again. A lot of harm has been done to Mother Nature, so now it is time to kiss the earth with our feet and be our mother. Some of us may not be able to walk. When we practice walking meditation at our retreats, each person who can't walk chooses someone who is practicing walking meditation to watch and become one with, following her steps in mindfulness. In this way, he makes the peaceful and serene steps together with his partner, even though he himself cannot walk. We who have two legs must not forget to be grateful. We walk for ourselves, and we walk for those who cannot walk. We walk for all living beings.
Okay, very good. We walk for ourselves. We walk for those who cannot walk. Great.
We walk for all living beings.
We walk for all living beings on squirrel, on our cat, on blue jay. Yes.
Past, present, and future. We walk for all living beings, past, present, and future.
Great.
Practice.
Okay.
When you begin to practice walking meditation, you might feel unbalanced, like a baby taking her first steps. Follow your breathing. Dwell mindfully on your
Imbalance or unbalanced?
unbalance.
Unbalance. Okay.
Follow your breathing. Dwell mindfully on your steps, and soon you will find your balance. Visualize a tiger walking slowly, and you will find that your steps becomes as majestic as hers. You may like to start by practicing walking meditation in the morning, allowing the energy of the pure morning air to enter you. Your movements will become smooth, and your mind will become alert. Throughout the day, you will find you have the heightened awareness of your actions. When you make decisions after walking meditation, you will find that you are more calm and clear and have more insight and compassion. With each peaceful step you take, all beings near and far will benefit. As you walk, pay attention to each step you make. Walk slowly. Don't rush. Each step brings you into the best moment of your life. In walking meditation, You practice being aware of the number of steps you make with each breath. Notice each breath and how many steps you take as you breathe in and breathe out. In walking meditation, we match our steps to our breath, not the other way around. When you breathe in, take 2 or 3 steps, depending on the capacity of your lungs. If your lungs want 2 steps while breathing in, then give it exactly 2 steps. If you feel better with 3 steps, then give yourself 3 steps. When you breathe out, also listen to your lungs. Know how many steps your lungs want you to make while breathing out. When you first start practicing, your in-breath is usually shorter than your out-breath. So you might want to practice with the 2 steps for the in-breath and 3 steps for the out-breath. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. But later on, it may become even more even. 2, 2, or 3, 3. As we continue, our breathing naturally becomes slower and more relaxed. If you feel you need to make one more step while breathing in, then allow yourself to enjoy that. Whenever you feel that you want to make one more step while breathing out, then allow yourself to have one more step breathing out. Every step should be enjoyable. Don't try to control your breathing. Allow your lungs as much time and air as they need, and simply notice how many steps you need to take as your lungs fill up, and how many you take as they fill. Being mindful of both your breath and your steps will make this feeling accountable. When you walk uphill or downhill, the number of steps per breath will change. Always follow the need of your lungs. Observe them deeply. Don't forget to practice smiling. Your half smile will bring calm and delight to your steps and your breath and help sustain your attention. After practicing for half an hour or an hour, you will find your breath, your steps, your counting, and your half smile come together easily. After some time of practice, you'll find that the in-breath and out-breath will become closer in length. Your lungs will be healthier, your blood will circulate better. Your way of breathing will have been transformed. You can practice walking meditation by counting steps or by using words. If the rhythm of breathing is 3-3, for example, we can say silently, lotus flower blooms, lotus flower bloom, or the green planet, as we walk. If our breathing rhythm is 2-3,
flower bloom, lotus flower bloom.
If our breathing rhythm is 2-3, we might say lotus flower blooms. If we're taking 5 in-breaths and 5
We walk
out-breaths,
like the Buddha, lotus flower bloom. Every step we walk, follow the Buddha step. Okay, good.
if we're taking 5 in-breaths and 5 out-breaths, we may say walking on the green planet.
Green planet. The planet? Okay.
Walking on the green planet. Or walking on the green planet, I'm walking on the green planet for 5 and through 6. Don't just say the words. We really see flowers blooming under our feet. We really become one with our green planet. Feel free to use your own creativity and wisdom to create your own words. Here are some that I wrote. Peace in every step. The shining red sun is my heart. Each flower smiles with me. How green, how fresh all that grows. How cool the wind blows. Peace is every step. It is the endless path to joy. I like it is the endless path to joy. Every day you walk somewhere. So adding walking meditation to your life doesn't take a lot of additional time or require you to go anywhere different. Choose a place, a staircase, your driveway, or the distance from one tree to another. To do walking meditation every day. Every path can be a walking meditation path.
Okay. And you recollect what you appreciate walking meditation from your reading. You don't force your mind to answer it. Just let it, you think it is and it is, okay?
everyone needs to walk every day. So when we do walking meditation, we are aware of our in-breaths and out-breaths, and we allow our walking to match our in-breaths and out-breaths so that we are one with ourselves. Can I see the movie?
Okay.
I really like and I like the use of, you don't have to count if you don't want to. You can make your own phrase like, I'm walking on the green planet, or a lotus flower blooms.
What you like with the green planet and flower?
Oh, no, I like this one. It turns the endless path to joy.
LNS.
It turns the endless path.
ESTS, right? The path.
Yeah. It turns the endless path to joy. And you remember that every step you take is a step towards joy.
Yeah, with joy. And okay, we would try to step and breathe. As we mentioned about 2 or 3 times of step or one breath, right?
It depends on how much your lungs can handle. It doesn't have to be two.
If not fixed.
It could be 2-2. It could be 3-3. It could be 4-4. It could be 5-5. It could be 5-6. It just depends on yourself.
Great. Master income, good. This you can have conversation or can tease or suggest anyone. I will give you this.
This is funny.
Yeah, okay.
A.J. Musto said, there is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Walking in mindfulness brings us peace and joy and makes our real life real. Why rush? Our final destination will only be the cemetery.
Great. I love that.
Yeah. So you don't need to.
So now we don't have the destination.
Yeah. Because the destination is liberated.
I will give you this. I went to Barnes & Noble.
Oh, man, you see Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. After that, you bring home so many books.
Oh, highlight.
Yeah, highlight.
Oh.
I can proper spiritual property for you. Spiritual property. I am rich of spiritual property. You rich in the monetary property. So we cooperate to make happiness, to support each other. So you come to the temple, you must have as much as spiritual property as we try to provide every step of life to that. It is to be one, walking, waking up, important. What Ajahn Arong pick about walking meditation, one word.
One word. Oh,
One word only.
it's okay. Thank you.
Just,
Walking with mindfulness and for peace and for joy. And normally people walking just running, like running. But we
with anxiety, stress,
but
you running, forget the bus. For every day you run from the temple.
we not learn to walk without aim, without destination.
Yes, because our destination is
To reach
symmetry. what you pronounce? Cemetery.
cemeteries.
Because we don't worry about our goal. Our goal, our destination is cemetery. That we don't know in Thailand or in forever. You know forever here.
Oh, she in the lab.
Cemetery is forever. In Hollywood.
คิดว่าพูดถึงร้านอยู่เป็นมันมี Forever 21
Oh, this cemetery. Okay, waking meditation.
Waking up.
Waking up.
We can start our day when we have hope. We can start our day with the happiness of a smile and the aspiration to dedicate ourselves to the path of love and understanding. We are aware that today is a fresh, new day, and we have 24 precious hours to live. Practice. As you wake up in the morning and open your eyes, you may like to recite this gatha. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live in each moment. I vow to live fully in each moment, and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. The last line of this gatha comes from the Lotus Sutra. The one who looks at all beings with eyes of compassion is Avalokitesattvara, the Bodhisattva who listens deeply to the cries of the world. ใช่ไหม Avalokitesattvara
โอเคอวโลเกเตอะอาวะอวะโลเกเตสวาระอวะโลกิเตสวาระ
Avalokitesavara.
Avalokitesavara. Avalokitesavara.
The one who hear suffering, right?
The person who, the Bodhisattva who listens deeply
The
to the cries.
person who say again,
The Bodhisattva who listens deeply to the cries of the world.
who listen the cry of the world. Oh, Bodhisattva, very beautiful. I translate in Thai. พระโพธิสัตว์คือผู้ฟังเสียงร่ำร้องแห่งสังคสัตว์
Oh,
เพราะ
cool.
เพราะ who is or who are listening. The Bodhisattva is who is listening. Who is listening the cry of beings, right?
ใช่
Okay. Go on.
In the sutra, this line reads, eyes of loving kindness look on all living beings. Love is impossible without understanding.
And then both of you once, 2 or 3 days ago, you practice the way of Bodhisattva who hear the cry of bird, right? Who hear cry of being, there's a bird. You go and see something. That moment, both of you became Bodhisattva moment. Because you are crying about the cry of bird, right? They cry so much about son or daughter who passed away.
มีการเดินมาด้วย
เนี่ย
มีสาม
Three,
3 แล้ว
three births.
สาม
3 birds, okay. And you hear about the crying, that you become Bodhisattva. Okay, beautiful. Go on.
Love is impossible without understanding. In order
Love is impossible without understanding. Wow.
Oh.
Love is impossible without understanding. This you can underline 10 times.
Oh,
Because next time you must go and find out the beloved one. So first of all, you must make understanding before loving. Go on.
In order to understand others, we must know them and be inside their skin. Then we can treat them with loving kindness. The source of love is our fully awakened mind. After you wake up, you probably open the curtains and look outside. You may even like to open the window and feel the cool morning air with the dew still on the grass. When you open the window and look out, see that life is infinitely marvelous. At the very moment, you can vow to be awake all day long, realizing joy, peace, freedom, and harmony. When you do this, your mind becomes clear like a calm river. Trying to get up from your bed right away after enjoying 3 deep breaths to bring yourself into mindfulness. Don't delay waking. You may like to sit up and gently massage your head, neck, shoulders, and arms to get your blood circulating. You might like to do a few stretches to loosen your joints and wake up your body. Drinking a cup of warm water is also good for our system first thing in the morning. Wash yourself or do what you need before heading to work or school or to the meditation hall. Allow enough time so you don't have to rush. If it's still early, enjoy the dark morning sky. Many stars are twinkling and greeting us. take deep breaths and enjoy the cool, fresh air. As you walk slowly to the car, to school, to work, or to the meditation hall, let the morning fill your being, awakening your body and mind to the joys of your day. What better way to start the day than with a smile? Your smile affirms your awareness and determination to live in peace and joy. How many days slip by in forgetfulness? What are you doing with your life? Look deeply and smile. The source of a true smile is an awakened mind. How can you remember to smile when you wake up? You might hang a reminder, such as a branch, a leaf, a painting, or some inspiring word in your window or from above your bed. Once you develop the practice of smiling, you may not need a sign. You will smile as soon as you hear a bird sing or see the sunlight streaming through the window. And this will help you approach today with more mindfulness and understanding. What's that?
เสร็จแล้ว thank you okay wake up first of all he teaching emphasize on smiling when you wake up first you smile to what you mentioned here to the star.
Oh, like when you get out, if it's early in the morning, you can look up to the dark night sky and smile.
Okay, you can see what you smile to, dark night sky, and the star, and the moon.
I also like that he says when you wake up, start with 3 mindful deep breaths.
Mindful deep breath.
And then get
I will be mindful on the day. And awakening, can you explain this word for me?
Awakening.
Sometimes I complicated how to do awakening.
Oh, awakening is like
I
awakening.
am awakening.
Oh, awakening.
Can you use?
Awaken, มันใช้หลาย
Okay. Please.
But awakening in this situation can be you wake up from your sleep.
For example, I knock the door. Income. The bell ringing, and then you say, I'm waking. Can you use? I'm waking or I'm awakening.
Oh,
For example, I came from my kuti to knock the door.
And then I
say,
knock the door.
income. And then you say, I'm waking, Ajahn. Can I say like that?
Oh, you can say, I'm getting up.
Getting up
Yeah.
from sleep.
Yeah, I'm getting up from sleep. But awakening can also mean that you open your mind.
Oh, it's spiritual word.
Yeah, you can.
Language.
Yeah, awakening, that's why they use it for,
I am aware that I agree you are religion. Right?
but like, there's like religion stuff where it's like third eye open, so it's like awakening of the mind.
You awaken from here. Now you are awake.
So it can be spiritual.
Or like the Buddha, awaking one. Can be. Awakening one. Awaken one or awaken one.
Yeah,
Awaken one.
awaken one. Third eye.
Very good. Awakening awareness. Okay, I think our class is
We-
enough.
We have some follower comments.
Okay, please.
Okay.
Now you can read the comment. You
Okay.
can close the class.
So, pay respect to Ajahn from Yom Kentana.
Yom Kentana.
Kentana.
You know, you saw him.
Yes, in what Thai?
You can say hi to him.
Hi, Yom Kentana.
Good morning, Yom Kentana.
Sawadi Satu Anumotami. And his mother, Yom Cho Yindi.
You know Yom Jo in
Oh,
here.
Yom Sawadee.
Thanks for Ajahn and
You say
Ajahn Arum.
เจริญพรโยมแม่
And Yom Kalaya Wong Tip Kong Ka.
Okay, say ป้ากัลยา you know the beautiful lady who have the white hair.
and she said that pra, a new monk in Tham very lucky and gain a lot of merit from Dr. Pra Ajahn Mahachanya because Ajahn Pra Mahachanya very good preceptor and she feel very lucky and lucky for your family also.
Okay, thank you คุณ
And
โยมภรรยา
โยมอนุ
I'm
ชา
lucky to have you as the chief executive of Wat Buddha Panya.
she
Because of your great sponsor, we are happy to study and practice.
and โยมอนุชา also coming to watching โยมอนุชา
What คุณอนุชา say say nothing.
say nothing and คุณเดฟปุญญกาโม
Wow, you can say today Punya
And-
You can ask him
I'm
something.
very honored to have him join us again.
Okay.
and คุณเดฟ say congratulations on
I
the
hope
merit
your family is doing well.
of your
What he said.
he say congratulations on the merit of your work
of
Oh,
your,
thank you.
you can share merit to him and family.
and โยมบัวพันหอ
Oh, wow.
from Nevada
Okay.
สาธุสาธุ already
About 5%.
yes
Okay, thank you to participate. What about Ajahn Surapot? No?
Surapot never come here again
Am I not?
Because she's a great professor. She loves to criticize everything.
he's become รองศาสตราจารย์ as associated professor now become รองศาสตราจารย์
Okay, this is sufficient time for me to walk to the temple. Thank you very much for everyone. Thank you for Prabhu Tham who pay attention to Dhamma for yourself, for all people and for all beings. Now you are reading for yourself, for your mom, for your dad, for the people around America and the world, and for all beings, including our birds and cats and whatever. Okay, thank you, Ajahn Narong,
you're welcome
who pay more attention and patience to learn. Thank you, my friend. We come to sit and study, that's okay? Yeah. He can come every day? That's right. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Not Sunday. Not Sunday, okay. Not Saturday too, I know. Okay.
Thank you so much.
thank you so much thank you พระพุทธธัญวัตร
Thank you, Ajahn Narong.
Embodying Buddhism. Doing nothing.
And will pay more attention and more patience for broadcasting today. Thank you.
you're welcome master
May you be at ease.
oh
May you be happy. May you be peaceful. Thank you very much.
สาธุพระพุทธธัญวัตรอัสตัมมยานะ